This is Flagtail Prochilodus, one awesome fish that not many of you know. An awesome fish that was so underrated that many people miss out. You probably seen this fish before, but never think of having it in your tank. Think of it as tinfoil barbs, but much better and more colorful. And if you ever wanted to keep this awesome fish, you're in the right place, as I'm gonna show you how to keep this fish like a pro. From tank size all the way to the best tank mates, I'm gonna guide you on everything you need to know about keeping this fish in one video. So what are you waiting for? Are you ready to keep this fish? Let's go! Now, before you floor down the gas pedal to your nearest fish store, why don't we get to know this fish first? So what is flagtail? So, Flagtail Prochilodus, or flagtail for short, are a species of kerosene fish from South America, particularly around the Amazonian basin. Popular among fish keepers for their amazing look. Think of it as tinfoil barbs, but more amazing and more colorful. Although they are not technically a barb species. But here's the special thing about this fish. They are more than just awesome, but they have a nature that makes them likable. They are active, curious, and quite chill in fish tanks. But they can be aggressive if they were kept alone. And some fish keepers even say that these fish has a great and engaging personality. In other words, they could be a personable fish. And they are also schooling fish too. And they are happiest in groups of 5 fishes or more. So if you want to keep this fish, you better get them in groups. If not, they are anything but chill. They can be stressed or even territorial. So to keep things safe, you better get them in groups. Are they any good for newbies? No, not really. They may look harmless and promising for newbies, but trust me, they are not. Why newbies should not keep this fish is because of their size. They grow pretty massive, at around 12 to 14 inches, which is pretty massive for newbies. Plus they can be quite tricky to keep, so a red flag for newbies. These fish are better for experienced fish keeper due to their size and potential of aggression if not kept in large groups. So newbies, it's time for you to walk away from this fish. But for you who are fully prepared to keep this fish, allow me to guide you to more stuff you need to know about keeping this fish. Now let's talk about the most important part of keeping this fish, the tank. Because you definitely need a space to keep them, right? But how big is the tank they need? What is the best tank size for these fish? Well, since they can be as big as a huge iPad or a laptop, forget 55-gallon tank. While some fish keepers say the minimum tank size for these fish is 125-gallon, which is quite big. In my opinion, they would definitely thrive in a 150 to 200-gallon tank. Can you go bigger than 200 gallons? Of course you can. But for those who already have this fish, what tank size would you recommend for these fish? Drop your opinions in the comments, I would love to hear it. For filtration, you definitely cannot go weak with the filter here. They can get massive, so massive fish needs a massive filter also, as that also means more waste. So a filter like super strong canister filter or a sump filter is a must, as those filters are much more ideal for this fish's tank setup. And for some decorative part, they actually enjoy an environment that mimics their natural habitat. For substrates, go with sand or fine gravel as substrate. And for hardscapes, go for smooth rocks or driftwoods. They like to graze on surface, eating algae and biofilm, So adding these kinds of decor will make them more happier. Can you add plants to their tank? Well, this is the trickiest part. They are known to munch on live plants, especially soft plants. That would be salad for them. But if you want to try, I would recommend something hardy like Anubias, Java Fern, or Amazon Sword. But if you have tried adding plants to their tank and it's successful, let me know in the comments. I really want to know. And a bonus addition, some flow. These fish came from fast-moving waters, so a little flow will make them feel right at home. So how can you mimic that fast flow? Add some wave maker. Wave maker can make that fast flow they like, so adding a wave maker to their tank will make them feel right at home and even make them happier. And the last bonus addition to their tank, the lid. And trust me, you will definitely need this. These fish are jump athletes, so you better have a strong lid in their tank. If not, they might escape from your tank. And that's for the tank size and requirements for these fish. And how would you set up the tank for them? Let me know in the comments, and let's move on to other things you need to know about them. Next up, water parameter. As this is one of the most important part of keeping a fish, and with flagtails is no exception. Good water quality is important to keep your flagtail happy, and you should not skip this part. You can have the biggest tank in the world, but if your water is off, what's the point of keeping a fish? But what water requirements do they need? Allow me to break it down for you. For pH, 6.5 to 7.5. Temperature, 72 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And water hardness, they prefer soft water at 5 to 12 degrees of general hardness, with carbonate hardness of 4 to 8 degrees of carbonate hardness. And ammonia and nitrate has to be 0, no exception. And to summarize it all, here's the water parameter chart you can follow. But if some of you have different measurements, you can freely share it in the comments. And just a disclaimer, these fish hate backwaters. They are sensitive to dirty or unstable water, so make sure you consistently do your water change about 25 to 30% weekly. And that's for the water requirement for these fish. Now let's move on to the next chapter. Next up, let's talk about food. Like many other fish, they definitely need food, of course. But what does this fish eat? These fish are actually omnivores, but funny enough, they lean more towards herbivorous and detritivorous diet, which simply say they love plants, algae, and detritus more than protein. So what can you feed them? You can feed them blanched vegetables like spinach, zucchini, or peas. And you can also try algae wafers and spirulina pellets. And occasionally, some proteins like bloodworms or brine shrimp. And you could also try sinking pellets as well. And also a little disclaimer, don't overdo the protein on this fish. It will not only messes the water, but also messes the fish. And that's for the meal for this fish. And what is your go-to meal for flagtails? Let me know in the comments, cause I wanna know. And finally, to close things up, what fish can make a great roommate for these fish? There are many good options that can be a friend for flagtails. These fish are generally quite chill, but quite active. So make sure you choose the right fish that can handle their behavior. Some species of cichlid like Severum or Geophagus can be a good friend for them, or you can try some catfish like Bristlenose pleco or Raphael catfish, or you can try some other mid-size option like Silver Dollar or Tinfoil Barb. Avoid slow-moving fish, as they may not be able to handle their energy and eventually get chased. And also overly aggressive tank mates. That could be a chaos. And don't forget, they are schooling fish. Keeping just one will give them a mental breakdown. And if you want to keep this fish, what fish are you gonna pair them with? Drop your pick in the comments. And there you have it, everything you need to know about keeping a Prochilodus flagtail, or flagtail for short. They are one awesome fish that you should not miss, and for a good reason. They are fun, vibrant, active, and they will make your fish tank more exciting. They may be popular in this hobby, but still many people miss out on this fish. But once you plan on keeping them, this video can be your helpful guide on what you need to do to keep this fish from setting the tank to what fish to pair them with. Hopefully this video helps, and if you have some words on keeping this fish, you can share it in the comments, as I would love to hear it, and maybe many of you would like to hear it too. And that wraps up this video. And would you keep flagtail in your tank? Let me know in the comment section below, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, and share this video to your friend that want to keep this fish. Subscribe this channel if you want to see more fish keeping content, as more fish keeping stuff is on the way. Thanks for watching my aquatic friends, and have a wonderful aquatic life. See you next time.